50 years ago, a group of visionary families came together and started a small church, which was destined to be unique. This church would be known for preaching the grace of God, and it would build community as a fellowship of love, acceptance, and forgiveness. These pioneers would, fittingly enough, start the church on Pioneer Parkway in central Arlington. This church, in being obedient to God's call to build community, eventually outgrew that location and relocated south on I-20 to be near the church-affiliated school, Burton Adventist Academy. Now, some 50 years after they began, both the church and the school have continued to be faithful to God's call to build community. The Arlington Seventh-day Adventist Church now has over 2,100 members, and Burton Academy has in excess of 330 students in grades pre-K through 12. Since 1986, the Academy has graduated hundreds of seniors. In addition to this, thousands of students have been discipled through the ministry of Burton Adventist Academy.
It's wonderful to be a part of a vibrant community and be a part of a church that has so much going on.
In addition to having so much to offer young families, Arlington Adventist Church also supports Burton Adventist Academy, which is a great Christian education for our girls.
I enjoy teaching Sabbath school classes and helping kids learn stories from the Bible.
Doesn't matter how tough of a week it's been, it's always a blessing to come to Arlington Adventist Church on Sabbath morning.
In some cases, even through adversity, God has found ways to build community through the stories and experiences of our members.
Being a family anchored in faith is so important. When my husband was serving over in Iraq, my kids and I learned how important it was to trust in the Lord, and it was great to have a supportive church family as well.
As God leads us through the challenges of life, we glorify Him through praise and worship. Music has always been an important part of our experience of building community here at the Arlington Adventist Church.
Well, music has been such a special part of my ministry here at Arlington because not only do I get to participate in younger generation church on a weekly basis, but I also get to participate with my husband, which is really, really special to me. And we are just so blessed to be a part of this wonderful community of talented musicians, really, who get to bless others and really just bring others closer to Christ through our ministry.
God called us to make disciples and build community. We do this around the world through internet media ministry. Each week we have hundreds of viewers, and each month thousands of people worship with us online as we build community.
The Internet Media Ministry has been live streaming Arlington's worship services for over 4 years. We have people literally from around the globe who worship with us each and every week. We've had the opportunity to build relationships through chat and social media, and it's been awesome to see these new friends become part of our community.
So what plans does the Lord have for us, for our church and our school, as we build towards the future? According to the Apostle Paul in the book of Philippians, we have more than abundant riches in Christ Jesus to meet our needs as we build community together.
As principal of Burton Adventist Academy, I see that God has called us to greater things for His kingdom. And a quality Christian education is the most important thing that we can do for our kids.
There are 3 important components to building community. 1, families that are dedicated to raising children to know and love the Lord. 2, a church family that reinforces the lessons that are taught in the home. And 3, a formal Christian education setting in which faculty and staff come together to reinforce those lessons and teach children to grow in wisdom and in knowledge.
Pastor Kevin told us very early on when he first came here as a youth pastor that for children it was vital for their spiritual upbringing that they really had 3 different areas, kind of 3 legs to a stool in their training. A spiritual training at home, spiritual training at school, and spiritual training here at the church. And we feel so blessed that they had that they were raised in this church, that they still feel like this is their church family. And now that I see they're growing and someday I'm going to have grandkids, I see that it's vital that we as a community continue to have that spiritual training for our kids.
We were drawn to Arlington as a place where our girls could find a quality Christian education, where they will find a sense of community. Our whole family feels at home here at Arlington.
We're building community through our school, and we need your help to enhance the quality of our campus. This will help us in the ministry of educating our children.
We're embarking on a capital campaign with the purpose of consolidating our church and our school on one campus. We're maximizing our resources and being good stewards. Currently, because of space limitations, aging infrastructure, and design issues, we're prevented from being a fully mission-capable church. Our initial goal in this phase is to raise $5 million over the next 3 years through pledges and donations. As we continue this campaign, we're praying for 3 things. 1, we're praying that more people will be in prayer for this campaign, that we'll be faithful to God's call. 2, we're praying that more people will get involved at both the church and the school. And 3, we're praying that, well, people will financially support this. We want to be faithful to those visionary families of 50 years ago. We want to be faithful in God's call to continue building community.
We're building community at the Arlington Seventh-day Adventist Church.